Well, it's now about midday Saturday. I'm still waiting to hear back from a Toto about my semi-bricked or whatever stereo. So anyway, I'm going to see about taking this window out. So there's a cover here for the door handle escutcheon. So I'm going to have to take that off, small screwdriver. Then I think it's a Phillips, and there's also one here. And then I've got to get the circlip off for the window winder. So all the way up, it looks like it's kind of horizontal. I don't know what it's like on the other side. Oh, that's another thing. As I said the other day on the update, there's absolutely no sign of rust whatsoever on this door. As far as I'm aware, that's the original one. But anyway, so I'm going to pop these out, those little blanks, and then get this off, and then I think it's just a case of pulling the panel off. Famous last words, a bit like last night's firmware update. Right, so that's the little cover taken off. You'll see the Phillips screw there. Same down here, the little Phillips screw in there. That's pretty easy, just a small screwdriver, click them out. Well, that's the door handle removed. If I said that was easy, especially on a bloody hot sunny day where the sun's just come over it, I'd be lying. So I tried the cloth to try and grab that to pull it out, did not work. I think one of the reasons I had so much trouble is because of this rubber cover just doesn't let you, well, didn't let me catch that. And the door panel is actually quite strong, so there wasn't a great deal of flexibility. So anyway, it's now off. So you can see where I was kind of using a screwdriver. So what I did was I put a screwdriver in and kind of levered the door panel, and then eventually I got to see this one here, and I just pushed it round with a smaller flat bladed screwdriver. I mean, if you could see that, put a flat bladed screw, maybe that's the best way to look at it, is just try and get, no, you wouldn't be able to get that. But in theory, the sock, if you get a sock or a piece of cloth and you drag that, and when you drag it, it pulls the clip round and out, but I wasn't getting that, doing that at all for the life of me. So I levered it out until I could see the end, pushed it with a screwdriver, and then the handle came off. So that was my experience today. I think your mileage might vary with these. Sometimes they're really easy to come off, and other times, like this one, it was a pain in the arse. Right, so I've undone the screw for the door escutcheon and then the one for the handle. Removed the window crank handle. If you've got electric windows, you won't need to worry about that. I'll need to pop out this cover. I'm pretty sure there'll be a Phillips screw there, and then I think everything else should just simply be pop studs. So hopefully that'll go without any issues. So that's what it looks like. That's the one that comes out of there. So you've got a little cover, just be careful when you take that out, and then it's just a Phillips screwdriver. So now I'll see about using a pry tool and get the door panel off. One more thing you'll need to remove before you can get this up and lift it off is this, but that just pries out, very straightforward. Just pull it out from the side. Didn't have any problem with that whatsoever. So now, in theory, I should be able to just lift this out. Right, so you've now got the door opener. This part here will be retained in there, so it's like that, yeah. So you're going to lift that up first, line it up, and bring it out. And that should be the door panel removed. Now, so I now have to figure out what do I do to remove the window. So I've got all these bolts. I don't know if I have to take any of them out or not. I'm hoping there's a way just to see where it bolts in the glass once I wind it down. But I'll need to investigate that first. Well, I've had to come back out. It was getting too bloody hot, so I've removed this weather strip. Oh, so I've got to unlock the bloody car. So I've actually removed the seal down here, and I cannot get that window to come out. So what I think I'm going to have to do is, I think I'm going to have to take this panel off and then bring this out and then see if I can kind of drop the window down inside the door, then bring it out, because there's absolutely no way. See if I bring that down, when you go to lift this up, it's inside there and it's inside here. I've already taken 2 bolts out here, thinking maybe that could move across, but I'm just not seeing how that's possible. So I'm going to undo all these bolts. What size is that? That's a 10. So they're all 10s. So I'm going to undo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like 7. And see if I can get the glass out that way, because I'm not seeing how I can get it out through the door. Maybe somebody else has done this before, but I'm just not seeing it. So next thing is take this off. Right, that's all the bolts out. There's actually one down in this corner as well. This is where you get access to remove the fastener for the window glass. That was really tightly in. I had to use an impact drill or a hammer drill, whatever, to get that Phillips out. That was in really tight. I mean, I don't think you'd be able to get it out with a regular screwdriver. So that's behind there. So now I'm going to see how to get this out, and hopefully I can get the glass out. Well, that's this panel popped off. The window glass goes into here, gets bolted in. That took a little bit of getting that out of there. And then there's this like clip that slides in behind here. Now, let's see if I can create myself a little bit of room here. So, I'm still not seeing an obvious way I'm going to get that out yet. That's what's happened. I've jammed the glass there. So is it possible to... Oh, there we go. Finally got it. So it kind of popped out there, and then I was able to bring it out. So hopefully I'm going to put this into the house and get it cleaned up and apply some tint and see if it's successful. Well, that's the window back in. I've taken the tint down to that bottom level in a straight line. This is a bit fiddly to reline the runner, but you can put a screwdriver in there and kind of wiggle it to get that one into place. So that's done. This weather strip, I actually put it in part of the way with the window down here, and then I brought the window up and then pushed it down and then pulled the window down and wound it up again to eventually get it into place. But so far that seems to be working out okay. I've sort of put the weather strip on here, but I'm going to clean this up first, get this crap out here first. I've put this back in, and then I'll just bring this down so you can see it. So there's the release screw there. It's a Phillips. So that's the top. So it's looking all right. I mean, it's not as good as what you would expect if you took it to a place and paid 140 quid or whatever it is. But for cheap AliExpress window tint, limo tint, it's fine by me. But yeah, I'm sweating my nuts off here. There's a couple of bits I've got to get a little bit out there. There's a couple of little marks and there's a little bubble there. I need to get them squeegeed out, but that's not a big deal. So anyway, I'm going to get a wet cloth, wipe this down, and then put that trim piece back on. Right, so I've cleaned up underneath here where the weather strip's going to go, and the weather strip is on the back seat. So that's basically going to slide on over there into place. I'll need 2 hands to do that, and then I'll clip it down. I'll maybe put the window down to do that. But yeah, it's looking alright. Right, well, I just noticed that this part should actually be retained. There's a little tab there, so I flattened that tab. Well, I brought the tab up, slipped that in. It goes behind that edge and this edge, slides in, and then there's actually a screw that holds that in. So there's a screw at the seat, the B pillar side, and then there's a screw. You can see it from the outside. There's a screw there which you get access to behind the door seal at the C pillar. So that will just pop into place now. Well, supposedly. Well, that weather strip went very nicely into place there. And here, I gave it another wipe down underneath just to make sure there's no muck to hold water. No doubt it'll get dirty and dusty anyway, but it's a bit better. So now I'm going to have to find the screws. There's one of them, and there'll be another one here somewhere which I'll need to find, get them put in. Well, that's all the bolts put back in. So that's been put in for the guide or the runner. I put the cover back on, it's just pop studs. I've put the trim piece on for the weather strip. That's the screw, Phillips screw there. There's the same thing here. Next thing is to get the door panel across, I think. So I'll maybe need to get a bit of tape and just, is that going to stay on? No, I'll get some I'm trying to think if I've got any glue. I don't know how much difference that's going to make, how much water's going to come down there and get in there. I need to put that grommet in. I wasn't sure if there was two. That's fine. I wasn't sure if it's 2 bolts. It's only a single bolt which you access from here to get the glass out. I think this is one of these jobs that once you've done it once, it's not such a big deal. But when you're fanning about trying to figure it out, it's a bit like, oh god. So I don't know whether to bother with that. Maybe just put a bit of super glue on there and just stick it down, or I'll just get some sticky tape. Do that. Okay, so I'm now going to connect the door release mechanism. So that clipped into place. Now I'm going to put it up over the top here and then align it on. Well, I managed to press the button, so I need to use 2 hands to align this, so I'll get that on, and then I need to tap the retaining clips back into place. Well, I got a bit ahead of myself. You don't put this trim piece on until you've got the door card on, otherwise you won't get that on. So I've gone round and I've given it a dunt. Next thing to do is put this on. So I've assembled it first. It's basically going to go on like that. I'll use 2 hands to do that, and then I'm going to have to put this retaining screw there. What else do I have? I've got, oh yeah, I've got the door escutcheon screw and the handle screw. So those 2 have to go in, because I've got 3 screws to go. 1, 2, 3. So that's fine. So I'm just going to pop that on. Right. Well, that's the screw in there, the screw in here, and the screw at the side of the door. So 1, 2, 3. And then I've just popped that handle back on, so it's winding fine, no problem at all. So I'll leave that overnight, and then I'll just double check for any bubbles or anything. So yeah, it's looking a hell of a lot better than it was. I think it was very cheap film, but trying to cut it into that frame just wasn't good. So that's it. It's not probably quite as good, but I mean, I'm not a window tint guy. What was that? Looked like a bubble there, but it's not. No, it actually looks pretty good. There's a couple of wee streaky bits. I don't know if you can see it just there. I mean, it's minor, but once it cures, it should be okay. So anyway, that's me for just now. If you have any questions, just ask. I mean, there's loads of videos how to tint windows, but I found you got a better finish doing it like this. So anyway, it's still bloody roasting here. So anyway, I hope you're all having a good weekend. It's now Saturday night. I'm trying to get my watch round. Coming up for 7 o'clock, so get my tools tidied away and get some dinner. But if you're going to be doing this type of thing, make sure it's not a roasting hot day like it was here today, because it's not much fun. Well, it's now Sunday afternoon, and I just thought I'd have a slight update at the end of this video to say that the quality of this is actually alright. There was like a sort of line there, but I'm not seeing anything at all now. There's some scratches on the glass, but yeah, it's actually okay. I think there's one tiny little bubble down there, which just above my finger. Yeah, you can see that, I think. But I can fix that. But yeah, quite pleased with the way that turned out. I don't know why it was so bad to put it on with the window in situ, because I've done that before, actually on this car, and it went really well. But maybe it's just a difference in the quality of tint film. The other thing I've got to say is my stereo, when I did the upgrade, everything is still working except I can't select anything. So I can make calls, I can receive calls through the stereo without any trouble at all, but can't select like USB drive, anything like that. But anyway, Atoto support's been in touch, so can't complain too much.